Okay, mic should be on. Everything appears to be fine dandy. Let's get rid of the usual text, which is this and that. There we go. Another friend on board. Hello? Hello? Clever, you there?
Hello.
Oh, there we go. What happened?
I didn't do your YouTube videos.
Damn you. Being distracted. How dare you? We're live, damn it.
Sorry.
Was it a good video, though?
Yeah, 0 punctuation and the auto was just...
Of course. Right, yes. We're here for a new game now. A puzzling game, shall we say. Yes. Right, yes. We're here for Professor Layton and the Curious Village, the first game of this series I'm a very good fan of. I'm not brilliant at all the puzzles, mind you. Specifically math-related, but that's why you're here.
Let's hope that I still remember basic math. It's been a
You
while.
should be fine. Right, yes. So the way we'll be capturing it this time, not through emulation, technically, if you view it in a certain way, I'll be using the Wii U's built-in DS game player, pretty much. So performance should be pretty much solid, rock solid. A couple of games have some weird quirks because they're on the Wii U. The finest example I can think of is Kirby Superstar Deluxe, whatever. It's like a DS port of a SNES title. For some reason, the pre-rendered cutscenes run at like 20% faster than normal. For some reason, I think it's just like a programming quirk because it runs better on actual hardware than emulated.
That could be it, yeah.
Yeah, it's some weird quirk like that. So basically, the videos are faster before the audio actually catches up with it. So weird. So yeah, I can't do that. I can't really capture it. So, oops. But Professor Layton's fine. I tested it before we even had to worry about that.
Yay.
Right, so yeah, let's just go ahead and jump to the Wii U, shall we? Here we are. And we'll do a reset because that would be a legit experience. Ignore that.
Okay, the startup.
Yeah, I gotta do it right. And whilst it's in this black void, I shall put this here just to make things a little bit more interesting. I don't have a menu theme, so what am I gonna do? So here we are. The Curious Village. Nice little menu theme here. Jesus, 2007 to 2008. Ugh. I'm old. Right.
Yeah, we're all getting old.
So I'm pretty much experiencing this the legit way. I'm doing this with a stylus and everything because Wii U gamepad shit. Right, let's do this proper. There we go. It's me.
Yay.
Oh, fun fact. This game is actually dubbed differently depending on the region for some fucking reason.
As we saw that day in the village became a secret we would have to keep from everyone for the rest of our lives. Because, you see...
Ah yes, re-rendered cutscenes on the lower screen. Maybe I should have changed the perspectives. I'll revise it later. Just see how far we can get with this. Ah, that's why.
I don't understand, Professor. Why are we going to help solve an inheritance dispute?
So, fun fact here, the voice of Luke here, the boy in blue, is voiced by a different person depending if you're in the UK or America. I don't get that. Everyone else is exactly the same, but he's the only person who gets a different voice actor. I don't get it. Like, this game's British enough as it is. Why do you need to change it?
Make it more British for the US because that's what they think of Britain. I don't know.
Apparently Philosopher's Stone is a bit too advanced for them either.
The same thing happened there.
Yeah, in the US they don't get Philosopher's Stone, they get the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, that, I mean the title. Okay, yeah.
Bastards.
A unique and exciting situation, and it has piqued my intellectual curiosity. But I suppose
This won't stay voiced forever, by the way, so enjoy it whilst it lasts.
before we arrive at our destination. 2 months ago, Baron Augustus Reinhold passed away. Shortly after his death, his will was disclosed. The contents of it were fascinating, to say the least. The Reinhold family treasure, the golden apple, is hidden somewhere within this village. To whomever successfully locates this treasure, I offer the whole of my estate.
Is the treasure worth more than the estate? Is that how that works?
Naturally, those who attended the reading of the will immediately set out in search of the golden apple. But in the end, everybody came back empty-handed. It turns out that no one had even heard of such a treasure existing, until its mention in the will.
Wow, that's some puzzle, all right.
And that's why we're here.
Augustus Reinhold staked his entire fortune just to create one more puzzle before his death. What a
Of course.
perplexing individual. I wish I could have met him while he was still alive.
It certainly sounds like you two would have got along, Professor. By the way, just what is this golden apple, anyhow?
It's a
Some
golden apple.
speculate it's a rare antique.
Ah, it's from Minecraft. Why wouldn't it be?
Yet its
Yeah.
identity remains elusive. But Luke, I can't shake the feeling that this matter is major mystery. Something huge.
Aha! Is that your famous intuition at work again, Professor?
Well, our first step is getting to town.
This is all so exciting. I hope Sam Mystere is ready for the famous archaeologist and puzzle-solving detective, Herschel Layton.
For some reason, being an archaeologist by default means you can solve puzzles.
Yeah.
Augustus Reinhold's wife
Does he
laid it down
also have a whip?
has asked
I mean,
me
he has a head.
I was gonna make the comparison.
It seems she came across my name by chance when reading an article about me in the papers.
And you immediately decided to take her up on her request.
Oh, well, Luke, a true gentleman never refuses the request of a beautiful lady.
If you say so, Professor.
We should be nearing the town by now. Look at the map in the envelope and help me with directions.
Right
Is
you
this
are,
the first
Professor.
puzzle?
The first puzzle begins.
What in the... What's this?
Well, it's not a very good map.
Dahlia seems to have given us a test. We'll need to decipher this map in order to find the village. She wants to see if we're capable of cracking the mystery surrounding the Reinhold fortune. Care to give it a go, Luke?
I'll do my best. A puzzle like this should be no problem for the apprentice of the great Professor Layton.
Very well then, Luke. I'll leave this one to you. Think of it as a warm-up for things to come.
Alright, here we go. First puzzle, number 1. Where's the village? Now, in this game, we have picker rats, which is basically a scoring system. If you do manage to get a good amount of picker rats, you get some nice unlocks for it. So it's ideal to try solve puzzles in one go, rather than wasting your time guessing the answer.
Okay,
Or-
that sounds fair.
Or it's called getting a guide. So, here's our first puzzle. Here's the tutorial bit. Okay. My village is on a road that leads to no other village. I look forward to seeing you there. This is a pretty simple one. Just find the road that doesn't lead anywhere else, really. So it can't be these two here. There's no, later on they'll add like a notes section so you can scribble in and figure things out on your own. So you're
Okay,
gonna need a
yeah.
pen and paper if you want some of this shit done right.
So it's
So-
the left top one.
Ah,
the-
you are
seeing it.
most certainly correct. Yes. That looks about right. Because all the other houses seem to link to each other. The blue and yellowish one connect to each other. Same with the red and brownish one, they connect to each
Yeah.
other. But not this one. Well done. First puzzle solved.
Yay!
Well, here's my guess. Layton's apprentice saves the day.
10 down. Only 1,200 to go.
I get there.
Yeah, they also tell you the answer as well, just in case you were questioning as to how some of the puzzles can be solved. If you do
Okay.
blindly guess it, you can understand how it was done. That's
That-
correct.
That's actually nice to give you the answer. It's like, that's what I was missing.
Yeah. The only village that isn't connected by roads to another village is the one in the upper left area of the map. It looks like you're all ready to start solving puzzles.
There we go. Now we should be able to make our way to the village.
Doesn't exactly tell us where we are, though, does it?
Right
No,
you
it
are.
did. We were on the
On the
map
horizon
for
and
somehow.
Huh? Professor? Do you mean to say you've already worked out the village's location?
A true gentleman doesn't rub it in one's face, Luke.
I'm afraid I couldn't help myself. A basic puzzle like that is easy enough to solve with a glance.
Once you actually have the starting question with it.
Anyhow, you'd best gather your things, Luke. We've arrived.
Oh, there's that theme.
Yeah. I'm excited for most videos. Layton!
We won't be seeing that scene until way later. It's not even in this game.
God damn it.
Hell, that scene's in a movie.
Interesting architecture.
Yeah, that's kind of a trend in this entire series, really. It's a miracle it's still standing. Interesting. It appears that this drawbridge is the entrance to the village.
And we are stuck on the outside. What should we do, Professor? Oh, look over there. There's a man standing on the other side of the river. Maybe he can help us.
Okay, now they're introducing us how to interact with things. Yeah, the game won't look like this with the sprite work of Luke and the professor here. That's going to disappear very quickly, but you can interact with some things.
Not even the Layton mobile could make it across the river, huh?
Yeah, it's called the Layton Mobile. I was holding back on that. But of course, much as I adore the contraption, it is just a car after all. Yeah, right, they changed that. So that little exclamation mark usually means there's a puzzle, but since this is the first game, they didn't think of having a question mark instead. So you may have a lot of false red herrings here. It's like, oh shit, I found a puzzle. Good day, sir. We'd very much like to gain access to the village. Could you please drop the bridge for us?
Do I look like the sort to go dropping the bridge for a bunch of fancy-looking outsiders? You got a lot of nerve.
We received a letter of invitation from Lady Dahlia. I don't suppose that changes things, does it?
From Lady Dahlia? Well then, I'd love to lower the bridge for you, you smarty pants. But the engine's broken, and I can't only move this blasted bridge with the hand crank. There's all the infernal slots I could put the crank in, but I ain't got a clue which one to use. So, brainbugs, you got any idea which one is the right one?
I wouldn't be able to tell from all the way over here.
Yeah, I'm going to.
We're going to. We did it for Ghost Trick, we're doing the same here.
Yeah.
Probably not everything, but you know, what's important. There's no way to lower the bridge and get across without inserting the crank into the correct slot. Choose the slot that fits the crank shown below. I think I'll let you have a go at this one, Plimer.
So it's just the one that looks the same?
Well, it's got to fit the slot as well.
Right.
I've already seen it.
So it's just it should be one because it's the one that's aligned correctly currently, or what?
Well, you gotta think of this in this way. That's the slot hole, and what we're looking at is the crank handle itself, so imagine using it as a tool. But if you think it's one...
Wait, what?
It's the first...
I'm confused what the puzzle is.
It's the first real puzzle, he's already stumped. Alright, well, judging by the looks of it, you should be right, it should be one. So let's find out.
There we go.
Hooray!
So it was just with how it's aligned because they all look.
You gotta think as the tool. If you're using it as a tool, it would flip around. Yeah, the game is more puzzle than story. You know, very different to Phoenix Wright, really.
That will do it. Hold on a second. I'll let her down. I'm gonna say it again. Just don't feel right about letting outsiders into Sty Mystery. Fitting name. But if you're Lady Dahlia's guest, I guess I'd better at least give her my regards. You hear?
Right. We get an index for each puzzle we get, so if you like a particular one, you can always revisit it.
But does the answer stay the same?
Yeah, it's stay the same, but if you liked it, you can always try it again. What a dump!
I think we're going to play Mixite at some point. It's just
Yeah, right now it's too soon, so you know all the answers already.
Yeah. Yes, we finally arrived in St. Mystery. I'm so excited. I wonder what mysteries await us here.
Yeah, I get it. Well, Luke, we'll find out soon enough. Just be careful not to let your excitement cloud your ability to analyze your surroundings. Obligatory tutorial. Tap the shoe to move. That's it. That's all you need to know. Moving on.
Okay.
What's this? Okay. Oh. Hang on, I'll fix that. There you go. Automod.
Was that actually his name?
Right, so the automod thing kicked in there, which is the first. I think I might want to tweak some settings. That's the first.
I mean, I'm not against the probing.
Yeah, but I might need to tweak it.
Yeah.
Right. We need to talk to this guy first. He won't even let us leave until we talk to him.
Yeah, what a dandy set of fellows you two are. Must be new to St. Mystery, eh?
I wouldn't be surprised.
The name's Statchard Scarfin, and I've got some advice for you. Tap that barrel back there with your stylus. Don't ask questions, just do it.
Okay. This one? The one that's shaking? Hint coin.
Yeah, felt good, didn't it? Round these parts, that's what we call a hint coin. When you find yourself up against a really tough puzzle, you want a hint. Trust me on this one, fellows. It's just those times when you want to use a hint coin to purchase a hint. I bet you think puzzles will be a breeze now, eh? Think again. There are a limited number of hint coins in this village, so don't go wasting coins on any old riddles. Because if you do, when you come across a real stumper, you'll be sorry. Really sorry. Mind you, hint coins won't always be hidden inside barrels. Check any object that seems suspicious. Got all that? Good. Be seeing you around.
And there he goes, just like that. So yeah.
How's the in-game, the in-universe explanation for hint coins then? Like, who are we giving those to?
I don't know, they're just a thing. Right, so the general rules of hint coins is, yes, they do help. You gotta tutorialize some stuff.
Yeah.
One thing they don't tell you, though, so for finding hint coins, usually there's about 3 hint coins per area of the map you're looking at. So right now that was 1, so there's 2 others around here somewhere. So checking rooftops and other type of areas. You can see the game does show where I'm clicking on as well.
Okay.
There's one. I want to check windows.
One of the chimneys.
Chimneys, just general background elements, characters describing things, intentionally ignoring people. Right. Now we can talk to her. We'll be doing that every time, by the way.
Oh, hello. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to St. Mystery, where our local expert is the puzzle.
How's that a profit?
Oh, before I forget, you should know that every time you solve a puzzle, you earn a set number of picarets.
I think this is the tutorial lady. I think we can just go around that. I've already explained it.
Okay.
Yeah, the picaret value also determines the difficulty, so if we encounter a higher level one, it might be harder. Now, this one's a bit bullshit though, I'll give you that one. These 4 top hats are all the same height, but the length of each brim is different. In other words, the hats are equally tall, but vary in width. One of these 4 hats has a brim and height that are the same length. Which hat is it? It's a bit deceiving, this one. Now with the power of stylus, I can cheat.
I mean, feeling-wise, it's deep, but I'm not sure it could also be A. Perspective is a weird thing.
Yeah, it is. But I'm using my stylus as a reference point, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people did. I think it is C. If I'm doing it right. It should be. They don't do this type of puzzle often, thank God. I think this game's more like general European than French. Obviously the accordion is the big hint. Ooh, I was wrong.
Frankly, ashamed.
I'll have to try again. Yeah, we lose picarets for each time we do it wrong. Well, by that logic, it should be D, but it looks like it's too long for me, but...
No, D is too long. If you did C, I think it's A then.
You sure?
I mean,
I measured it with the stylus as well, like exact. I'm kind of, eyeballing it.
I have a ruler somewhere.
That does seem a bit too long.
You still have
fun. I mean, I have one somewhere. Imagine this on the DS. Yeah, this type of puzzle doesn't happen often. Where you need
Yeah,
to
this is
bring
like-
a ruler to help out,
it's-
really.
Not really. Like isn't like the isn't puzzle design adventure where it's just more like there's no logic to it. It's just if you can.
Get an eyeball
Gauge
guess, right?
size,
It's like, that
yeah.
looks about right. So it's either A or D.
I think that D is. Or maybe.
I'm gonna go D.
No, D. It's not D.
There we go.
Too late. It was A. Okay. Moving on.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Yeah, I just marked it now.
Okay. Yeah, never throw away a good old-fashioned ruler.
Yeah, it's A.
That should do it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it didn't throw it away. It just.
Mine's
lost it.
really... Well, my ruler is really knocked up and, like, with chip damage and everything, because of course it did.
Yeah.
So it's pretty practical for a ruler. That's right. This is a very famous optical illusion. Explanation of optical illusion here. I'm
Yeah, it's
reading
pretty
it.
much you perceive things differently because of how wide up right there. Because like, this is what makes this.
Go on.
Yeah.
Finish your explanation.
It's pretty much like because the whole structure of the top head is like tall and wide. You think it's much more bigger than just the brim. It's how we both kind of overextended them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again. I've been thinking, Professor. Shouldn't we keep a record of our investigation?
You've brought up a very good point, Luke. Let me explain how to go about saving your game. Through this text box I'll be skipping. Yeah, be able to explain it faster than the game can. So the save system is basically worked through your pause menu. That's basically it. That's all you have to do. Press the pause button and there you go.
Right.
And the game does guide you where you do need to go, thank God. Because this is one of those unforgiving games. British. I grew up with British. I can't go to American. It just sounds wrong.
Both wrong answers. It's me. I've just not able to keep a consistent tone whatsoever. Austrian Luke.
Oh, no, it's European Luke. Completely different. Right. That's either a puzzle or an explanation. That clock tower looks rather worse for wear. Speaking of clocks, I've got just the puzzle for you. There we go. Finding puzzles by accident. This is what's going to happen. I'm looking for hint coins. I have a puzzle instead. Okay. Okay, this one has a bit of doodlery. An ordinary analog clock has two hands, with the longer hand moving faster around the face of the clock. Assuming that the clock keeps perfect time, how many times will the long and short hands pass over each other between 12 noon and 12 midnight? This feels like one of those trick answers. So I'm guessing I'm allowed to doodle around here for some reason.
Okay.
It's not where the answer's
So
going to be.
this on here is where puzzles get interesting. Does 12 noon count as one already because they are passing each other?
Because technically, let's see, noon and midnight, isn't noon like 6 o'clock then? I thought that's what it was. Fucking, it's either
Yeah,
passes one
exactly.
time or 3. Fuck. In my mind, it's 2. So it's just a visual. It's just for reference for if you don't know what a clock looks like.
I mean, the programmer me says that this is technically a passing because they overlap, so yes. I mean, the obvious answer would be 12 because it's for.
No, it's asking how many times they pass over. Let's see,
Yeah, but
between...
Wouldn't
Oh, yeah.
they pass each other every 1 hour?
Should, so the answer is either 11 or 12, because of the first start in technicality.
Yeah.
11 or 12. Yes, I have. It's a great film.
Yeah,
Hey, we found something.
it's only one of the most popular. I mean, it wasn't at its release, but I think right now it's really well regarded.
Yeah. You got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
The peasant at the diner, he didn't pay his food.
It did. It had quite an interesting development background, but I'm glad it ended up the way it is. Either way, we need an answer for this puzzle.
And you do this game already.
The first game's puzzles are a bit weak. It did, didn't it? Right, we need to start getting distracted. So it's either 11 or 12. The real answer is getting a guide.
Go back to the
Yeah.
just to visualize for me something.
You don't need to. You know what a clock looks like.
Yeah, but I better if I see it visually and can imagine the
Hang on.
practice on it.
Yeah, this is the wrong type of clock. Shouldn't the hour hand be in front of the minute hand? This is wrong. Who built this thing? It's shit.
It's actually true. So
To be fair, we've been given a 50 picker up puzzle, so
yeah. And yeah, so we start with 1, then we pass into 1 hour and 5 minutes where they meet for the second time.
could be.
Means so it's 1 have 2, 2 have 3.
We do need to use a hint coin. Just saying.
That'd be 13 then? And it'd also be 13.
You confident with that?
It's either 13 or 12, I think, right now, but I'm not entirely confident.
Well, you can
But
always
more
use a hint, but
13.
okay.
No, don't use hints for that.
Yeah, 13. Here we go. What are you talking about, Doc? All the best stuff's made in Japan.
Let you down, Professor.
Unbelievable. Timing. Okay, so it's not 13, so it's either 11 or 12. That's what my instincts say.
Yeah.
So let's go around that and go 11. We'll round it out.
What should be end up 12?
Here's my guess.
Fuck.
I'm so embarrassed.
Okay, let's read the question again. Maybe we're looking too hard. Maybe.
No, I mean, if it's not 11 or 13, it has to be 12.
Assuming that this clock keeps perfect time, how many times will the long and short hands pass over each other between 12 noon and 12 midnight? Hang on, I think that's
It has
less
to be-
time than we're thinking here. It's not a full
No.
rotation, is it?
No, it has to be. Because, like... Oh, wait.
What's noon? What time is noon? Pretty sure that's 6 o'clock, isn't it? Or am I
Because-
mixing things
yeah,
up?
Yeah. 12, no, 12 minutes. But the... I think I forgot how clocks work. If this-
Yeah. Unbelievable. A clock is stomping us. The real answer is getting a guide. That would help us. Which do exist.
But there are 12 numbers in it. It's like... if it goes like from going from 12 noon to 12 midnight, it's still a full cycle on the clock because it don't have 24 numbers on it, so it has to be 12.
Okay.
There is no 6 isn't like 6 o'clock is not noon or midnight. It's no matter which, if you have the 18 or 6 one. It's like I'm voting 12.
Okay.
If not, I'm getting a guidance. Just
Yeah, I'm getting it ready whilst you were talking.
I think
Stop punning with the clocks or I'll start getting my Glock.
I'm so embarrassed.
Let me me get a guide. I'll at least get the guide for the hint coins, so we don't have to waste them. That's my rule.
Okay, that's fair.
Which one's this? This is number 5. Okay. Let's see. The guide number 5. Give it 5 years for the damn thing to load. Let's see. That one. That website. I like this website. Okie doke. Hints. Okay, at least it tells the hint straight away. Okay, so the first hint, the hands pass over each other once an hour, so in 12 hours they will pass 12 times. Or will they? Now, here's the one we were questioning about the passes. Hint number 2. The hands start off on top of each other at 12 noon, so that doesn't count as a pass.
Okay.
And here's the last hint. One pass every hour, but the hands don't pass over each other on the hour. They will pass at around 5 minutes past 1 or 33 minutes past 6. So what time will it be the last time they pass? So that means they don't meet at midnight. So it should be 10, right? They gotta pass. They meet, but they gotta pass. That's what it's questioning. Now we did 11, so the answer should be 10 because they don't count the first one. Fairly confident on this.
Okay.
Trust me.
I'm using IGN and they have the wrong freaking puzzle for that.
I used a different website, and my logic counts. Okay. That's right. The hands pass over each other 10 times. If you think about it, the answer is obvious, but you might have been tricked by the question. The hands pass over each other once an hour,
yeah.
but since they start and end directly on top of each other, 2 of the 12 hours do not count as a pass. Alright, try it on a real clock, which Adrian just did.
But
now go on.
this is the programmer in me is mad that the puzzle was not well specified. Like,
I mean, this is the first game's puzzles. They're a bit weak. They get better as it goes along, but, you know, it's inevitable.
this is like, it's too up for interpretation.
Precisely the answer I was looking for, Luke. Well done, my boy. Yay, that was only puzzle number 5. We got like 120 of this shit. Let me
Only
see.
117 to go.
Oh, and there's also like 15 extra bonus puzzles as well in this game. Oh,
Why don't we see? Oh,
sorry, that was a filler thing.
okay.
My boy.
Oh, hello. I'm Percy, St. Mystere's unofficial writer-in-residence. Rainhold Manor, you ask? Head up that road to the right. It's immense, so you know it when you see it. Before you go, why not try your hand at this puzzle I thought of? God. See if you can work out which house is mine from the instructions I give you. I'll even sweeten the deal for you. If you manage to solve this puzzle, I'll tell you about this village. So how about it? You will try, won't you? After all, a writer is nothing without an audience.
No, a writer is nothing without people buying their books.
Look, I've got a puzzle for you. It's called How Do We Kill a God?
Alright. Can you find my house? Go out the front door of my place and turn left. At the first junction you come across, take a right. Turn right again at the following junction and you'll come face to face with the morning sun. So, left, right, right. So, the morning sun. So, which way does the sun rise? It's from the east, isn't it?
In the east and...
Okay.
Right.
So, it's just trial and error, really. Left, right.
Yeah,
nope.
it rises in the east because it's never in north and it goes to south in the...
I think it's this one. There's one left, then... No, that's 2 lefts. Sorry. Redo. Perspective. Right. Fuck me. Perspective. You gotta visualize yourself in that position. Or I turn the gamepad. Right.
Where it's open, that's where the front door is.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it
that's
means
where
to
you
say.
start in, and then that's the direction you head in.
Okay, go and turn left. And what does it mean with junctions? Junctions just on another block.
That's a junction. I would have a notepad.
Oh, okay, okay. I see.
So it's where you stop, and that's where the next turn you'd make. So, let's see. Turn left. Ah, that's my mistake. Okay, so first junction, then right. Oh no, no. Nope. Perspective. Damn it. Why is this so hard? Hang on, I'm gonna make this easier on myself. Left, right, not that one. Left, right, not that one. Trial and error this shit. Left. I mean, I would be doing this on the DS anyway. Should be this one, I think. So left, first junction, right.
They take 2 rights.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
Should be this one.
it then. Yeah.
I would totally be doing this exactly the same thing on the DS. Because, you know, I got a portable handheld, I can turn the damn screen and make it easier for myself. That's right, working backwards is the easiest way to solve this problem. In a regular ass maze, not this one. The sun rises in the east, so you must end up facing rise on the map. To get there, you turn left and Impressive. I thought it sounded quite the puzzle, but you made short work of it. Now for that gossip I promised you. The Reinhold family owns all the land in this village is built upon. I hear they own all the buildings too. I suppose you could say this village belongs to the Reinholds. Well, that's all from me for now, but rest assured the next time I'll have a harder puzzle for you. Yay. Right, now we can move on. Did I find all the hint coins though? That's the question. There's another one. I think I found 2, so where's the third? Nope. Oh, there it is. Okay, now we can leave. Professor, we need to go right now. I haven't found all the hint coins, Luke.
Professor, look at that man standing in the street.
Don't mock a man that's blind.
He's blocking the path up to the Reinhardt Manor. How terribly rude. He could just go around it.
Perhaps he'll move for us, but I have a feeling he has no intention of doing anything of the sort. Alright, we'll go kindly ask the man to budge. Hold up. I've never seen you two here before. What's a couple of new faces like yourselves doing here? We're here by invitation of the Reinholds. Now, if you excuse us, we have business through the gate. Business with the Reinholds? Is that so? Something strange here. Yeah, you're a fishy pair, hmm? Don't trust you, that's for sure. Well, I'll let you pass if you could solve this riddle, see? Just to warn you, it's a tough one. Isn't going to be easy, is it? No way, definitely not going to be easy. I mean, yeah, we totally could just go around it, but he's not letting us now.
Yeah, it's the Pokemon syndrome. As soon as he makes eye contact.
Yeah. Right, this puzzle, I'm not a fan of this one. Now, in theory, you could trial and error it, except the answer changes each time you reset, so you gotta math it, pretty much. Right, so we need to figure out which is the lightest weight. So, and I can only use this device 2 times, so we have to logic it, pretty much. So, how many can we put on here? We could put on 5.
You
That's
want
a
to
lot.
kind of split the difference usually.
I'm afraid we'll
No.
have to use math. So let's say we go
The
half
fun fact
first.
about this is they actually made a mathematical proof out of that episode.
Yeah, they did. Okay,
Okay.
so we can get rid of
So-
these, so let's put those away.
One of those is lighter. And don't mix them up, so...
So now I have to question how we're gonna even the next one. And for me, the last one I guessed.
Put 5 and 4 on there. And... No, on opposite things.
Okay.
So, because if this stays in sync, we know it's 6. If one of them goes up, we know the answer.
But the problem is, what about 7 and 8?
But we already figured out that only one of them is lighter, and we found that it's in the group of 4, 5, 6 because we weighed them up against 1, 2, 3, and they were lighter.
Okay. So we weigh this one. It's 4.
It's 4.
That's the answer. You sure?
There's only one lighter. One.
We didn't weigh 7 or 8. They could be lighter.
Wait. No, one of them is lighter than the rest, so it's only one. It has to be 4.
Okay. If you're dead right.
That should do it.
Fuck, you're right.
Critical
Lucky bastard!
I think we actually got a bit lucky with the first one.
To solve this puzzle with no guesswork, you must load 3 weights on each side of the scale for your first measurement. If you manage to get that far, the rest is easy. Yeah, we got lucky.
That's actually fair. Even if we didn't find the 2 we didn't do, could find out in the next one. Yeah.
Of course you can pass. Move along. You better make sure to give my regards to Lady Dahlia. Well, at least we didn't waste like 15 minutes on that one. Now, excuse me whilst I go find hint coins. My inner collection, completionist wants
Like
some.
this, yeah.
There's 2.
Oh yeah, I played some more Horizon Zero Dawn, and I purchased maps that showed me more stuff on the roadmap. And it's
What
like
have you done?
giant clutter, and I was like, ah.
Fuck!
And just who you might be.
My name is Layton, and this is my assistant, Luke. We received an invitation to visit Reinhold Manor.
Ah, yes, yes. Oh, we all been expecting you, Professor Layton. But you'll have to excuse my skepticism. Can't trust anyone these days, you know. For all I know, you could be just another hooligan in a top hat. Ho.
I'm picturing this guy being voiced by Whis in Dragon Ball. The exact same sound.
I don't know who that is. So how do I know you're the real Layton? Did you hear that, Professor? The nerve of this fellow.
Well, do you see anyone else with a top hat? I don't think so.
Surely you aren't going to go through with this after an insult like that.
Now, Luke, settle down. Sir, are you saying that you'd like to test me to see if I'm the real Professor Layton?
Precisely, Professor Layton. Now, if you don't mind, would you please solve this puzzle for me?
Just because he's an
But why
asshole
am I
doesn't mean he's evil.
Voicing him evil then.
It's this puzzle. I love this puzzle.
Ah,
Easy.
this is...
This is easy. Everyone knows this puzzle. Let's see. How many are we allowed? It's just a 2-way trip. Okay. Interesting rule set. Well, let's move the balls first then. Go and bring one back. Do that. Oh, okay. At least no picarats for this.
wait, but this is a different one than I know.
Yeah, the rules vary sometimes. So,
You have to bring a wolf with you, otherwise if...
I could just go 1. And then I'll do that. Okay. Alright.
Get the frozen.
Let's do 1 instead then. And then I'll bring a chick. And the wolves. The 1.
Okay, yeah.
And 2. Ooh. I didn't think that one. Now I'm
You
stuck.
have to bring your wolf back with you now, because...
No, I can't because then they'll eat the thing. So I'll just bring 2 chicks instead.
Yeah, no, you can
Wolf.
bring all the wolves because they don't have food dependence or anything. Yeah.
Ooh, 11 moves exactly. Not bad.
There we go.
I'm sure I could do that in less. Pretty sure they do say that, like, you could do it in 11, but you could probably do it in, like, 8, maybe? Well done. This puzzle could be solved in as few as 11 trips. How many trips did it take you? Fun fact time. There are several variations of this type of river crossing puzzle, and they've appeared in writings dating back to over 1,000 years ago.
The one I think that's the most widely one is the wolf chicken or a sheep and yourself.
The third party, yeah.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that Lady Dahlia was the only person expecting me.
Why this way, please?
Neat. Right, in the boat. We pick her out. Hint coin, whatever. Let's see, just click on anything that just seems a little out of the ordinary. And
Just
pray
click on everything.
Yeah, just click on everything. I mean, you can see what I'm tapping on. Yeah.
Oh no, we found a puzzle.
Fuck.
Wow, look at those flowers. They sure are pretty.
Indeed they are. I'm sure someone put a lot of work into them. Oh, that reminds me of a puzzle. Would you like to hear a puzzle about growing flowers?
You bet, Professor. Let's hear it.
Not like we're on an urgent mission or anything. Right, farm work. Let's see. Alfred and Roland have been hired by a farm to sow flower seeds. They've been assigned a 4-hectare plot of land and split it in half so they can work independently. Roland starts from the east and Alfred from the west. Alfred can plow the land at a rate of 20 minutes per hectare. I guess square land. Let's call it square land.
Yeah.
Roland
I'm actually
takes...
surprised that you used hectare. I thought it was just an Austrian or German thing.
Yeah,
It's not,
surprisingly, yeah.
I thought this was just thing.
Roland takes 40 minutes to plow, but sow seeds at 3 times the speed Alfred does. If sowing seeds on the 4-hectare plot pays £100, yep, this is definitely European, how much of that money should go to Roland? Ah. Who does the most work, I'd say. Let's see. So, yeah, how much money should Roland receive? He's the one who's doing more work, to be honest. So how much of the split should it go towards?
But I'm missing how much time they need for the sewing in itself. Like,
Well, if it's 3 times the speed, then Hector only does it in regular speed. So let's see. Okay, so if it takes 40 minutes to plow, but he plants the seeds 3 times, that must mean... I can do this. You use the 3 times to reference on the 20 minutes instead. So,
I mean, I might be underthinking it a bit now, but because Alfred is twice as fast with plowing, he will do 2/3 of it and Roland only 1/3. Because by the time Roland did 1/3, Alfred will have done the other 2/3 because he's twice as fast.
So the question is just how much money, well, the ratio should be. So Roland should get 70, I guess? I mean, he's doing more work, isn't he?
Yeah, but I'm not sure how the sewing then plays into this, because...
It determines who does the most work.
Or maybe this is just... Are there red herrings in this game?
A little bit of red herrings, because it doesn't matter if it takes 20 minutes or 40 minutes, it's the amount of seeds being planted here. Per hectare, there's only 4 hectares. Okay, so they each have 2 lands of hectare. Not 4, 2, so it takes 20 minutes per hectare, so it takes 40 minutes. But Roland takes 40 minutes. It takes him longer, but he does plant more seeds in theory.
Again, I'm not sure.
It's a logic puzzle here. You gotta use the info you're
because
given.
like this day it split it in half. Yeah, they said it split in half, so it's the same. Not that they split it up in 2 parts and they... But because the... But I'm confused about the sentence. Starts from the east and the Alfred from the west. That, like, everything how this is written reminds me of math in school.
It is math.
Yeah, but the thing is where you have to find out by the time they both finish their work, how much did each of them do, pretty much, like what percentage
let me get
of
the
it.
first hint. The 2 workers receive 100 for the job and divide it according to the amount of work each person did, so we are split in 100. In this case, work referred to the number of acres each person seeded, not the amount they plowed, so that's alright. Read the puzzle again and think about exactly how much work each person did. So how much seeding have they managed to successfully do? The second hint here, in case you need it. Since work refers to the number of acres each person seeded, the amount of time each person took isn't a factor in deciding payment. Yeah, I thought so.
Is it then just half-half because they split it in half and it doesn't matter how long they do it?
You're right, because they each did their work. Either way, they ended up doing their work. So, it doesn't matter how long it took them, they both equally
that
did
actually makes sense because you can define it on the seating
That makes sense.
quickly.
Let's just see. They both did the work at the end of the day. Yeah. It's one of those, we're thinking too hard.
Yeah. It's
That's right. Beginning of the problem says that the two men split the 4-hectare plot of land in half so they could work independently. In other words, they both had the same amount of work assigned to them.
they baited me with a math problem.
Yep. Correct. Good thinking, Luke. I'm glad we actually thought of the answer, though. Like, we didn't need the full guide for that one.
Yeah.
Makes you feel smart, though, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
Let's go ahead and move on.
Is this the manor, Professor? It is positively gigantic. Just look at the size of it.
Seem
Insert
bigger.
Star Wars reference.
It certainly seems like we've come to the right place. And the first chapter is solved. So the game is done in chunks of chapters. I think there's about 10 chapters. Some are shorter than others, so... The Professor and Luke finally arrive at Reinhold Manor. Let's head in, shall we?
Yes, sir.
But first, hint coins. Let's see. Nope. 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 Check the water. Check the thing. Check the trees. Check anything with a window on it. Maybe the door. Anything. Where is it? Everything feels wrong here. Where's my hint coin? I need it. Okay, fine. You win this round, game. Oh, it must be the butler.
I can't practice the accent.
Okay, let me do it. Welcome to Reinhold Manor. Thank you for coming. I am Matthew, butler and servant to the Reinhold family. Everyone's waiting upstairs for you. But before you go, I have a message from Lady Dahlia. She has requested that you take a look at this puzzle. Please do not be taken aback. My lady has the strangest sense of propriety sometimes. Okay.
Let's make it a British person. For British butlers.
Wee. So it's just the tutorial thing for the puzzle itself. It's one of these puzzles. I think you might have seen this one.
Is this the move only one stick to make the...
Okay. The matches below are arranged in the shape of a dog. This poor little doggy was just minding his own business when a car came barreling down the road and ran him over. Move 2 matches to change the picture so that it shows the dog after the accident. All puzzles are a matter of perspective, so don't assume that you'll be looking at the dog from the side by the time you're finished with this one. That's your key hint there, by the way. What do you think I should move?
So, I'm assuming because a dog is smaller than a car, it will only be one tire hitting him.
Yes? Go on.
He probably wanted to look from a top then and...
And how would I do that? I'll give you a hint. I do not need to rotate any pieces for this.
And my instinct is to go like the laid out on the floor with the feet going by the side so that you move the 2 feet at the bottom now to the top, but then you would have to rotate something.
No, I don't. Now it's a dead dog.
Okay, yeah, that's actually...
So I said I didn't
What
need
I
to
was
rotate
going
anything.
for, I just didn't realize I could do it without rotating.
The car flattened the poor dog. Let this be a lesson to you. Be aware of your surroundings when driving.
That's absolutely correct. My accommodation, sir. Again, I do apologize for the strangeness of the request. Now, please walk this way. We mustn't keep Lady Dahlia and company waiting.
Alright. But before I do that, just want to inspect your house for hint coins. You know, just doing your spring cleaning for you. I mean, it's like, we're not actually going to be using the hint coins annoyingly. We're actually just, you know, having it for completion's sake.
Yeah, but puzzles.
Bookshelves seem to line every wall of this estate. The Baron must be quite the avid reader. It's important to keep your mind sharp, Luke, so why don't you give this puzzle a go? For fuck's sake. Can't go 5 minutes without a puzzle. Oh, goodies, one of these. A, B, C, and D are single-digit numbers. The following equations can all be made with these numbers. A plus C equals D, A times B equals C, C minus B equals B, A times 4 equals D. Find the values of each digit and input your answer as a 4-digit number. Okay.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming C minus B must be 0 or something related to that, right?
No, it could be, for
How could it
example,
be the same
that-
number?
So, no, so if C minus B is gleich B, that does mean
Oh
that,
wait, the C's turned into B.
yeah, so C is 2 times B.
Okay.
And C is 4 times of A. I need to start writing this down.
Yeah, I got my notepad here just in case. Math. This is why I've got the math whiz over here.
This is a puzzle that I actually really enjoy. So
I mean, yeah, this is like bare bones basic. Everyone should be able to do this, except me.
but because this is just like straightforward, no trick things that try to confuse
Yeah,
you.
yeah, and it's just single-digit numbers as well. Anyone can do this. Give me enough time, I'll figure it out.
And I kind of forgot the point that I already made because I just looked at you.
Go ahead, take your time.
Oh yeah, C is for ace, because A times 4 is also D. If A times yeah, so at some point I need to
Whilst you're waiting, I'll go get the
reflect something
hint guide,
out.
just in case. Write your answers at home, kids.
I think I'm missing something to actually.
Well, the only number you get is the 4, so where does that apply?
I mean, I could probably put positive because it would probably be in single digits, but that's not the smart way to do it. Oh, no.
You tell me when you need a hint.
If A times B is gleich for ace. Durch A. God damn it, basic equations.
Do you want a hint?
So, my what I'm currently trying to do is to pretty much say that. Yeah, no, that works out. So, if A is 2, Ich vor. Ah. That doesn't match up. Damn it.
Okay. You want a hint, or you good? Alright, I'll give you the first hint at least, because they're the most vague. Two of the equations have D as their answer. Your starting point should be to compare these two equations. So, unless you've already done that, that's where you should start.
Yeah, I think that's what I already have. That.
Okay.
Do I have it?
Oh. I think the game's already told us what one of the symbols could be. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Would you like a second hint?
Okay, I'm completely.
Okay. I'll give you the second hint. A plus C and A times 4 both equal D. Since A times 4 is the same as A plus A plus A plus A, C must equal A times 3.
Ah, that's where I went wrong.
You're going too advanced. I'm judging by the hint they just gave us. Must be 1. A must be 1.
Fuck. So.
I know I'm running it in my head now, damn it.
I'm really slow on that one. It shouldn't be.
So A should be 1. D, judging by the answer at the bottom, should be 4 as well. And then logically, C must be 3. And the question is, what's B?
Can't be then, because A times 2. Oh. I need to start over with this.
Okay, do you want hint 3?
Oh, makes more sense now. So. This is 6. Oh. Not to just check it. Yeah, I think I got it. So A should be 2, B should be 3, C should be 6, and D should be 8.
So the answer is 2, 3, 6, 8?
Yeah. If I...
You sure?
pretty sure.
Let's see.
Well, here's my guess.
Congratulations, you did the math.
I did it!
Yeah, I got it wrong because I thought that C is 4 A's.
Yeah. Since A plus
Yeah,
C...
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
math equations.
because
No, go on, have your explanation. Go on.
yeah, it's for D, but it's A plus C is it just what it C is D, which means C is for Ace, but A plus C is for Ace, so I would have to minus A once, so to get the 3 Ace, yeah.
Okay. Right, back to the story.
Professor, look at these paintings on the wall here. It's a very nice portrait, isn't it? I bet that's the late Baron Weinhold, pictured there. But what about this one, Professor? Who could this pretty girl be?
The two portraits are next to each other, so they're likely family. She's probably the Baron's daughter. That's exactly right, sir. You are looking at the portrait of Flora, the late Baron's daughter. Pardon me for asking, but I couldn't help but notice your keen interest in art. Would you care to take this old frame with you? It used to hold the most wonderful painting. However, all that's left of it now is this small scrap. We've got a painting scrap. This is our obligatory collectible thing to finish along the way on the game.
Ah, okay. I thought this was evidence that we need to yell out in the courtroom.
Yeah. All the Layton games do this.
This is a piece of that old painting then. How interesting.
Right, let's have a look at that quickly. Yeah, all the Layton games have something like this. So just give an example puzzle here, not actually what's the final picture going to be.
So Kingdom Hearts.
Right, I'm going to put this up there because it's a corner piece. Got to start somewhere. Yeah. So, I think... No. Piece fits better there. Like, the alignment is slightly different. I'm going to put it here for now. Or not, you know. Damn you. There. It'll go there, and it'll stay there, and it'll like it. Right, now we can go upstairs. After all that. We are so fashionably late. Oh, just in case you're wondering, there is a mobile HD port of this game, with upscaled cutscenes and all.
Oh no, the pleasure's all mine.
Shenanigans ensue.
Honestly, why am I constantly surrounded by incompetence? This is a disaster.
Whatever is the matter?
Oh, this is simply terrible. My dear sweet baby, my Claudia.
Your Claudia?
Sweet, sweet Claudia, my little honeykins, my smooshy pie, my baby.
Oh, she's a cat lady.
Matthew! Matthew!
I think this... Okay, let's see what the problem is. My lady, what is it? What in the world happened?
My little Claudia got scared and ran off. Didn't you see her dart out of the room?
I must have missed her. I'm terribly sorry, my lady.
Oh, you're just useless, aren't you? Professor, you didn't see which way my baby ran off to, did you?
Went out the door. As far as it went. Your baby, madam? If you're referring to that white cat, I saw it run out that door a moment ago.
What? And you simply stood there and let her escape?
It's a cat, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's like...
Well, she is a cat. They are animals, after all, and animals must run about from time to...
You fool, she's just not a cat. She has a name, and that name is Claudia Weinhold.
Oh dear.
She's a delicate flower, and she's simply a mess when I'm not close by to comfort her. Matthew! I need you to find Claudia and bring her back immediately.
About this little inheritance problem of yours, Lady Dahlia.
That can't wait. Can't you see that we have more pressing concern on our hands at the moment?
It is the literal end of the world here.
You could have stopped her, and you didn't, so you have a responsibility to find Claudia and bring her back.
Yeah, I'm not the one who scared her off.
Oh, sending the professor off to find a silly cat. The nerve. Who do you think you are?
Oh, it's fine, Luke. Besides, Lady Adalia does have a point. It does seem we let Claudia run off. Madam, if you excuse us, we have a cat to track down.
Thank you, and please hurry. My Claudia is such a delicate flower. Even the course out to air might prove too much for her. Yeah, cats are absolutely unfit for handling outside.
Mostly.
It depends on the area, but like in cities, yeah, but...
And the cat breed. Oh, yes, I shall
cat
save.
breed, what?
Well, if you have like a Devon Rex or a Sphinx, they're not designed to go outside.
Okay. Oh, those are the really
Hairless ones.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, goody puzzle. Let's see. Oh, I'll do this one.
Dahlia really is fond of that cat. I assume that you're the famous Professor Layton, yes? My name is Gordon, the Baron's brother and one of the people who originally requested your services. I'd like to explain our situation further, but right now it's probably best to do as Lady Dahlia says.
Fine.
The name's Simon. I'm Baron Vanhold's nephew. My father is the little brother of Gordon here. Or rather, he was until he kicked the bucket, as to say. But I disgrace. You're the famous Professor Layton? I thought you'd have more presence.
I've got a fucking top hat.
I take it you won't mind if I throw a puzzle your way. It shouldn't prove too difficult for a man of your ability.
Nonchalantly, he shows a puzzle.
If you're good as they say, this shouldn't amount to much of a distraction.
It'd be a really good distraction if it stops us. Oh, yeah, this is your
Not
territory.
everyone.
As shown in the diagram below, you have a quarter of a circle. Within this circle is a retractable ABCD,
Rectangle.
which touches the edge of rectangle, sorry, of the circle at point D. Assuming that point D is located at the center of the circle, how long is diagonal line AC? Right, you can do this, right?
Oh god. That's from Pythagoras.
And we've got a protractor.
Okay. So the radial of the circle is 10 centimeters, meaning any point on the circle is 10 centimeters away from B, because B is the center. It should be 10 centimeters.
So that's the answer. 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Faster than me doing it.
Here's my answer.
You're correct.
Not a bit of red herring.
That's right. Diagonal line AC is the exact same length as diagonal line BD. BD is the same length as the radius of the circle, so once you've worked that out, the only thing left to do is add 5 and 5.
Got it. Oh, it appears that you are the real deal, Professor. I apologize for doubting you there. It seems you have quite the mind for puzzles.
Well, half my brain does, the other half is in a different league.
But how unfortunate that you must waste your time on one of those ridiculous cat chases. They happen all the time, yet every time that cat slips out, Lady Dahlia causes the biggest fuss. It's no use arguing with her. The best thing for you to do is just go and find the cat.
Okay.
If you are as bright as you say, you should have no trouble tracking down one little cat, right? Just lock her with food. That works every time.
Right. We just, fuck. Damn it, I found another one.
Look, There's a puzzle hidden there here, Professor.
It's not a hint coin. It's not worth it. Ooh,
Oh.
110. Just because it's a high number in the category doesn't mean the difficulty.
Okay.
So it's another version of this puzzle. On the table below are 4 cubes made up of matches. Can you change 4 cubes to 3 by moving a single match? Yes, I can. I can already see it. It's this one. I want to rotate this one now. Yeah. 3.
Ah, nice.
It's a matter of
I
perspective.
was well spotted.
Well, here's my guess.
I'm more of a physical puzzle man myself, rather than math.
Yeah, I do like the channel just math ones. And the last one I kinda got a bit bigger in the group. Piece of cake, now let's go find more puzzles.
If only they were all that easy. Let's see. Nope. 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 Have you checked under the pillows?
It's usually always there, yeah.
Checked under the carpet. I'll take 2. I don't always need 3. Right.
It's not like we're going to use them anyways, but still.
Oh, there it is. Found it. That didn't take long.
Professor, there she is.
And there she
Yeah.
goes.
Dad, she ran off.
You can't stop now. Let's give chase, Luke. It sounds like an excuse to explore the city.
Blast, that burns. It looks like the engine blew out. So this is St. Mystere, the famed stomping ground of the late Baron Augustus Reynaud. I wonder what kind of tricks the old man set up in this village before he shuffled off. Oh, Layton, you ridiculous dandy. Just you wait. All the treasure you seek will be mine.
Anyway. Did you hear anything? Oh, it's you, Mr.
Please, call me Raymond.
I think it's Ramon, but names.
Ramon.
It's not pronounced, so that's the difficulty here.
Yeah. Can I be of some assistance?
As a matter of fact, Ramon, yes. Lady Dahlia's cat slipped out of the house. Have you seen her about?
Do you mean dear Claudia? I think I saw her pass through here and run into the village a few moments ago.
And you didn't think to stop said cat?
If that's the case, I sure wish you would follow to catch her before she ran away.
It's like the game's already answering the questions we were asking.
That's not fun if they, like, fuck, what's the word for what we're doing,
Yeah, that's gonna bother me for now. Thanks. You need
Nitpicking.
something. Nitpicking, yeah, thanks. Thank you. You do, don't you? Yep, I could see it on your face. An open book is what you are. Excuse me, but you didn't happen to see Lady Dahlia's cat come through here a moment ago, did you? Ah, the fluffy white killer, yeah. I think she ran towards the village square. Yep, she went that way. I see. Thank you. Think nothing of it. If only all questions were that easy to answer. Well then, I'll be off now.
He's got a point. Who would thought that you turn out to be such a nice champ?
Yeah, how about that?
Shall we head for the village square then?
I think we should. Indeed. Let's be off. Hold on. Let's take a look at what's behind the blue door. Do you see it? That blue door over there appears to be ajar. Care to take a look inside? Okay, bit random, but right. Neat. There's a candle here. I should touch it. Fuck. Look here, my boy. This extinguished candles remind me of a simply wonderful puzzle. Professor, you just wanted an excuse for a puzzle, didn't you? Okay. 10 candles stand burning in a dining room. A strong breeze blows in through an open window and extinguishes 2 of them. Checking back in on the candles later, you see that 1 more candle has gone out. To make sure no more flames go out, you shut the window. Assuming the wind doesn't extinguish any more candles, how many candles do you have left in the end? Fascinating. Okay, well, I'm assuming by logic that one of the candles goes up by default must be the shortest one there on the right. But,
It doesn't say it, so like it's a 10 pickable, so it isn't difficult for the game logic, and it should just be 7 because you have 2 and then 1 more.
Make sure no more flames go out. You shut the window.
Or is it how many candles do you have that you still have 10 candles that just
How many
lit?
candles do we have left in the end? It doesn't mean how many are lit. Fuck. Yeah, so by that logic... Yeah, so one of the candles went out on its own, which is the short one, so we should have 9 candles left, right? Because how else would a candle go off on their own?
I don't know, does it, like, is the picture related to what's happening? Because, like, this
Well,
is...
how else does a candle go out on its own? The window's shut, there's no other wind sources, so naturally, the candle was short, went out on its own. Because what happens to a candle when you leave it lit? It shrinks, the wick goes down.
But it doesn't mention anything in it, and then I'm not sure if this is just a visual thing that they added, but it is, or that one of them is shorter, yeah.
I think it's supposed to visually help you think, oh, why is that one short? Oh, logically that one must have been the one that went out, just on its own. Yeah, checking back in on the candles later, you see that one more candle has gone out, but the window was closed at this point, so...
No, it wasn't. You only close it after one more goes out.
Oh no, it says here, assuming the wind doesn't extinguish any more candles, so only 2 went out by the window. We're only assuming that no more went out.
No, read the whole thing again.
Okay.
It says,
10 candles stand
through an
burn.
open window and extinguishes 2 of them. Checking back on the candles later, you see that one more candle has gone out. And then you close the window. So by that time, we're only down to 7 that are lit. And it doesn't mention anything anymore.
True. So assuming the wind doesn't extinguish any more candles, how many candles do you have left in the end? Okay, yeah, so the answer is still 10 or 9, because I'm still confident that the candle burned itself down. So.
And I just looked back at my parser, and then I know apparently the clock hands was changed to digital digit in the US.
Of course they did. Why wouldn't they?
Is this like I mean, I don't want to insult the US right now by saying that they did this because they can't handle analog clocks, which to be fair we also had trouble with.
Yeah.
That might be the reason. A little bit funny.
Yeah, quite a few puzzles get changed depending on the region. Mostly it's just like a name thing, sometimes it's visual. So, yeah, so we're gonna go with your answer, Plimer. We're thinking it's 10 for now. If not, it might be 9.
How does this sound?
No, okay.
Okay,
I think
so
it's 9.
I think it's 7 then.
How many candles do you have left in the end? Yeah, so naturally that one candle must have gone out on its own, burned itself down. So it should be 9.
Yeah, I see the logic now, but stretches. Like,
it didn't say that it blew it down. Fuck.
okay, then it's...
Never mind.
Then it has to be 7 because 3 went out and we just completely overthought this.
It says how many candles are left.
Yeah, bad wording.
It's like, we've been trained to think outside the box now.
Oh, what?
Okay. Hang on. I'll go get the guide. Because why waste the coins on it? Okay, let's see. Number 15 this is. Let's see. 13. 14. This be faster on the browser. 15. Okay, here we go.
Oh, God.
So the answer is... The 7 candles that manage to stay lit will melt down complete. Oh, fuck. Fuck you! That's gonna happen a lot.
Yeah, this, what it is, but I was like,
Yeah, that's gonna happen with a couple of fuck you answers. It's like, why would you think that? It does
Yeah,
make sense
yeah.
because they're still lit, technically, but you didn't say how long.
Yeah.
The 7 candles that manage to stay lit will melt down completely. The only candles that remain in the end are the 3 that are extinguished by the wind and therefore stay intact. Fuck you, game.
It's also a really fire hazard if you leave candles unattendedly burning through the night.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do this, people. But if
We're
you
gonna
ever
get that
wondered why there's an entire profession that's just project managers, which mean that they talk to customers and then explain what they want, what customers want to developers and why this is needed. Puzzles like these are the answer because people are bad at defining what they actually want from somebody.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, another puzzle.
Okay.
Which chair? Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. A new multi-purpose event hall has been built in the center of your town. It will be used for everything from concerts to sporting events to conventions. With the hall complete, it's time to order the chairs. 5 chair designs labeled A to E are being considered, but of all the designs, only one chair is completely suitable for the hall. Which chair is it? Now, this can apply to real life here too as well, so think about it.
Event hall.
What kind of chair would you require for something like this? You may have seen something like this done in school, maybe? As a better example.
I mean, I'm tempted to go with A because they're stackable, and that's the only thing that I kind of notice right now that would be specific to something.
A or E, did you say?
E, because
E.
they seem stackable,
You are correct.
and that's the only thing that you kind of want because you want to get them.
You want
placed
nice,
somewhere.
convenient, stackable, movable chairs for events like this. That's right. Of all the designs, only E can be stacked upon itself. In a hall like the one described, each event requires a different number of seats, and thus a change in seating arrangement, the stackability of E, makes it the best chair for the job. Just like in real life. And for that we find a painting scrap. Yeah, that's how we're finding those scraps, by doing particular puzzles. Don't worry, because, alright, nature of this game, there are going to be missable puzzles, but thankfully the way that the game is designed, you will be able to revisit those puzzles in another manner. So, you know, you may miss the prompt for them, but you can still solve them, and you can still get the reward. So you're not forever locked out.
Hey, you two, help me out here, would you? I'm in a real pickle.
What seems to be the problem, sir?
Some fool went and raised the bridge while I was on my break. Then, as if this wasn't better enough, the scoundrel made off with my on the bridge crank.
Oh dear. So, you mean to say...
That's right. Until that thing turns up, no one is getting in or out of the village. I'm still looking for the blasted crank, but I'm too furious to get anything done.
Nah, I've been there.
What kind of person would do something like this anyway?
A real asshole, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I found this in the street when I was looking for my crank. Got any idea what it is?
You got a strange gizmo. This is another thing that the Professor Layton games do. It's either like a mini game or a thing to build and complete, like the picture portrait. What the gizmo is, or we found this mysterious thing, most of the time they implement a system that helps you find hint coins, pretty much. If we manage to successfully build this thing, it'll help us find hint coins.
Oh, nice.
Only if we find all the pieces, though. Shouldn't take
So
too
find
long.
things to help you find other things.
Yes. Oh, it builds it for us. I don't even
So
need to.
it's a dog.
It's definitely a dog. Alright, we'll leave that be for
Has it been ran over or not?
now. Well, I think there's a reason why it's in parts.
Ah, fluff, purple bow and sullen expression. Not up, that's about it. That's Claudia.
Well spotted, Luke. Now we've located her, the question at hand is how to go about catching her.
Leave this one to me, Professor.
Ah, yes. I've forgotten that you have a way with animals. Well, go right ahead then. He's not joking about this. He didn't really explain this very well, but Luke has a pretty good connection with animals, like downright talking to them. Not quite, but you might as well be.
See a ranger or a druid?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Claudia. Yeah, girl.
Most of the time. He's good most of the time.
Ah!
Luke, are you alright?
I'm sorry, I wasn't much help, Professor. She was faster than I imagined.
That's cats in a nutshell.
Yeah,
You think you know them.
no.
Oh. Hmm? Yeah, I saw that cat. She almost scratched your eye out. I'll catch her, you say? Thanks, but no thanks. I like living. Did you see that ferocious beast? I'm not going anywhere near her. Could you at least tell us in which direction she ran off? I saw that killer scurry off westward. She had fangs the size of daggers.
I got the voice of doing This is an existing character.
It's called being British. We ought to visit the local inn and see if we can...
Probably Kingsman, like the... Sounds good to me, Professor.
I was certain I saw an inn near the entrance to the village, just south of the square we're in. Let's head over there right now and see if we can arrange some lodging. Yes, let's forget about chasing a cat and find a place to stay in instead. Also, that might be an ideal place to stop as well. Yeah, here it is. This'll do. I think in this game, at least, any door you see that's blue, I think you can enter. I think that's the general rule. Right, let me just see if there's a puzzle or a hint
What
point.
is it with Brits and blue doors leading to somewhere?
Yeah. Can't help it, it's a good colour.
Look, a hidden puzzle.
Alright. Oh, it's this puzzle. Okay. I already know the answer to this one. A work from a famous artist was recently discovered. The painting is a self-portrait of the painter in his later years and is entitled My Beloved. Assuming the artist wasn't a huge narcissist and referring to himself, his beloved should appear in the painting somewhere. Can you find his beloved? Now I'll give you a hint here. This is an optical illusion.
Yeah.
What do you think I need to do?
I mean, obvious answer would be to just turn it around, like, completely once. But
Now we just kind of reorganize it a bit. Almost got it. There we are. There it is.
Okay. Not what I imagined, but yeah, shadow is also kind of a classic.
Optical
I
illusion.
thought it was like if you turn it like upside down, you see a different thing.
That's right. The silhouette of the artist's true love was hidden in his painting. The painting must have been a tribute to his love for her. Only those with a keen eye can find true love.
Easy peasy. Go puzzles.
Right, first, hint coins. I got distracted, damn you. Just find every nook and cranny of crap. Okay, you.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to the inn at St. Mystery. We're the only inn in the village, you know.
Wow, and business must be booming.
You see, visitors to our little village are quite rare.
Never mind. Good day, madam. We seek lodging for the night. Do you have any vacant rooms we could rent?
Oh my stars, what terrible timing. We're currently remodeling all of our guest rooms.
Okay, fun fact, they're actually reusing assets for this room here. It's not actually supposed to be an inn. This is supposed to be for like a restaurant.
The only rooms left are in the attic, but if you don't mind that, I'll make sure you're very comfortable. I do hope you stay with us. It's been a while since a fine gentleman such as yourself stayed with us. The rooms are not very big, but I'll make sure they're sparkly. Can you come back in a bit? Oh, and I'll do my best to get 2 normal food ready for as soon as possible.
Oh, thank you. but you needn't trouble yourself on my behalf. As long as I have a bed to sleep in, I'm satisfied.
Ah, yes, about that. Oh, what terrible luck, you see. All the beds are out being refurnished.
Refinished, I think it is. I think it's like giving it a new coat of paint, something like
Okay.
that.
Refurnished is also a thing, right?
Being refinished means like, oh, you know, like most woodwork has a nice glossy sheen, a nice gold brown, whatever type thing. It's that. It's doing that effect to it if it's worn down.
Okay. Yeah, but just for my own sake, refurnished is also a word with when you. But it's like you would refurnish a room, I think, with a new bed, but it's not applicable to the bed.
Refinish is more specific on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But don't worry, Madame Patrice will take good care of you too. Of you too. I'll even drop the nightly rate.
Nice, considering there's no rooms right now. Right, so this is a optional puzzle again. I wouldn't say puzzle, but you know, it's basically allows you to customize your in-room for nice stuff.
Nice. Here's something to make the place feel a bit more like home.
Let's see, a lacquered stool. I'll put in Layton's room for now. Okay, let's just have a look here. Okay, so you can't customize where certain items will go, but you can determine which items go in which room. And Luke and Layton do have a personal preference on certain items and what they're like. So they each have an opinion on what a certain item could look like in their rooms. Right now I don't have enough to, you know, judge them, but
okay.
Say, right, so certain characters like certain things more than others, naturally. At some point I'll get like a world map or something like that. Luke really likes having like a map of the world or something like that. You know, each person has their own tastes and interests, pretty much. Yeah. It's a neat little mechanic. It's a good way to even judge like what the characters are like as well. Just that little bit of element. You know what a character's like.
It's characterizations to it. Yeah.
It's neat. It's that nice little stuff. Right. Well, we've established the inn. I say we can stop here. So yeah. So when we come back next time, just make sure we go left. That's it. That's all I have to remember. Okay. Let's make a save here. I'm sure over time we'll pick up the pace and be able to do this faster. Just right now, you know, first game issues. Alright, let me make a... wrong button. This button. There we go. I'll make a save point just in case anything goes wrong. Never trust the in-game system. Right, yes. I can put this down now. Yay. I have to hold this tablet shit. Right, that'll do for a stream. Let me go to the thumbnail. Very accurate now. And now you know where this is, that location right there.
Yeah, it's the starting location pretty much.
Yeah. I need something for the background, and an in-game location seems good enough to me. Right, yes, that'll do for a stream, so check back on Monday for more Professor Layton and solving more puzzles of Saint Mystere, or Mystery, whatever the place is named.
Also, remember when we, I think this Monday, talked about how I currently don't have table tennis and we should still keep the schedule as it is?
Yeah.
Guess what's back next week?
Oh, the table tennis is back again.
Yeah, it's like, for 1 week and then it's Christmas and we aren't allowed to go in there anywhere, but...
Never mind.
It's like, yeah, like we talked about it in the exact same week. You got a message, hey, we're actually allowed back in again. Nice.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't change the schedule then.
Yeah. And this is coming.
Yeah, Christmas is coming, so next week should, pretty much be the week before Christmas. It'll probably be a little break, you know, probably till the new year, I'd say. We can start again.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week will be the last week of gaming.
Yeah, we do puzzles.
Puzzles.
And hopefully find out who that one guy was, that
mysterious, evil-looking man. Right, so yeah, till next time. Bye all.
Bye.